Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we got people waiting, and we got people waiting and waiting and waiting for the live stream to start here live from the Panhandle of Florida. And I'm Diego, and my beautiful prometida is Karina, and she lives in Bogota, Colombia. And right now she's at work, and I live in the Panhandle of Florida near Pensacola and north of Navarre Beach in Santa Rosa County. And we have a nice hurricane out there getting brewed up. I think it's a tropical storm, but heading towards becoming a hurricane. So if I suddenly evacuate, then don't be worried. I'll be heading north until the hurricane passes, and then I'll be back. If it comes this way, if the hurricane doesn't come this way, if it goes that way, I'll stay here and watch the show. Kaiser H, hello Diego, how are you doing this Saturday evening? I'm doing great, Kaiser H, and how are you? James Wan, hi Diego, what's going on, James? And we have Jacob Myers, hello Diego. Now Jacob is all excited because he's you got your visa interview scheduled right at the embassy in Manila, Philippines. Isn't it in October? Right? October 24th? After you went through all this stress and you were worried so much about it, but you got it. Right? All right. Let's see here. LSVTV Liberian Stars View. Hello, Diego. What's going on, LSVTV? And we have Hail Mariam Elizabeth, excuse me. Hello, what's going on, Elizabeth? Jacob Meyer says, yep. Yep, that means he has got his K1 visa interview scheduled at the embassy in Manila, right? No more stress for you. So you're going to be able to sleep good, you can relax, and you can plan your trip to the Philippines. Kamani Young, Diego, good to see you. What's going on, Kamani? How are you? And how's your family? And Jeff Mantock says, hello, Diego. Well, we're glad you're all here. We got 18 people watching, and we just started. So I want to give a shout out to our friends in Lusignan, Guyana. We got a lot of people watching us from Guyana, Bangladesh, Algeria, Kenya, everywhere. Now, everybody in Egypt are probably in bed right now, and but in the Philippines, I think it's like in the morning, like around what 8 o'clock in the morning, somewhere like that. So our friends in the Philippines are waking up and getting up, getting ready for the day. Jacob, just sitting back now, letting 8 weeks pass. Well, yeah. Now you're relaxed, right? You should have been relaxed a long time ago, but that's okay. You've never been through this K1 visa before. Now you've been through it almost. Now you know how it works. Elda Ishkakov. Good evening. My NOA2 is dated July 2nd. 3 days ago, I received the case number. I just have to wait now. Right. What you need to do now is you're waiting for the ready status, Eldar. Okay? Because when you get the case number, that means that the MVC has processed your visa and they're getting ready to mail it to the embassy. Okay? So now you're going to wait for the ready status from the embassy, and the embassy or the consulate is going to email you, okay, with directions. They're going to tell you what to do. If you just relax during this process and calm down and don't stress, okay, and read the directions from the immigration folks, you're going to get through this process. Jacob, already got medical and everything scheduled. There you go. Got the medical appointment scheduled. Make sure your beneficiary has the vaccination documents. Get all those vaccination documents. And in the Philippines, I think there are some other paperwork you have to get. Your beneficiary has to go through a class to help your beneficiary leave the Philippines and move to the United States. There's a special class that your beneficiary has to go through. Make sure he knows about that. Okay, let's see. Claudia Resniak. Hi, Diego. Say hello to Karina from all of us. I will do that, Claudia. Now, Karina, when she gets off of work about 9 o'clock tonight, she gets on the bus. She'll come back home to our apartment in Bogota. She already repainted the place because our apartment got shaken around by an earthquake. Okay, the clock fell off the wall, the pictures fell off the wall, everything on the table fell on the floor. The earthquake shook our apartment. It was scary, but there was cracks in the walls and everything. But today, Karina, the last few days, she's been painting and fixing the holes in the walls. Let's see. So I'll talk to Karina tonight about 10 o'clock tonight. Kaiser H. Diego, did you get any updates from USCIS regarding the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support? No. Just use the I-134. Go to uscis.gov/forms. Look for I-134, not I-134A. The I-134A is used for asylum seekers. You guys are not seeking asylum. You guys are getting K-1 visas. So you look for that form, fill it out on the computer, okay? Whatever you cannot fill out on the computer, don't worry, print the form, and then handwrite in black ink what you cannot fill out in the computer. It's okay to do that, and then sign it and date it and get it to your beneficiary. The original, not a scan copy, not a photocopy, the original forms. Christopher, hold on a second. Tuan Benson, hi Diego, prepare for potential hurricane. Yeah, there's a hurricane brewing somewhere. I'm used to hurricanes. Karina has yet to experience a hurricane. Karina, she goes through earthquakes and flooding. She was in Venezuela, a massive flood hit. And there was mudslides and mountain slides, killed 30,000 people back in 1999. And then she gets through an earthquake right there in Bogota. So she hasn't had the adventures yet of a hurricane. But maybe next summer we'll get one, and more than likely, and she'll get to check it out. Jacob, hold on a second. Christopher Brown, hi Diego, does the case number come on the welcome letter? Yeah, that's where you get the case number. Jacob, we will have to do the titer test because he knows he has had the vaccines as a kid but can't find the documents. Well, if you go ahead and get that done, do it. Get it done like tomorrow. Because today, the Philippines are waking up right now. Get on the phone, tell them to get it done. James McLean, hello Diego, what are wait times looking for a fresh K-1 visa? I plan on filing in November 2023. Right now, 11 months from NOA 1 to NOA 2. 3 months from NOA 2 to the National Visa Center welcome letter. And then however long it takes for the embassy to get your case. Which country, James, are you going to file for? Which country does your beneficiary live in? Eldar received case number in 50 days. Looks like good timing. That's pretty quick for 50 days. Well, that's good. That's good. Angel Tate, hi Diego, I'm back from visiting my fiance in Jamaica. Whoa, look at that. Time goes by the fastest when you're with your significant other. Angel, that's exactly right. Now, I lived with Karina for 5 months in 2021. I lived with her for 10 months in 2022. And I have yet to see her in 2023. We're just waiting on the NVC welcome letter. As soon as I get all that done, I'm on a plane to Colombia. Let me see. Well, I hope you had a good time, Angel, in Jamaica. Had fun, got to travel around, eat some restaurants down there. Twan says, wow, that was a quick response from the NVC. Jacob, do I need to email the embassy to figure out about those classes? No, it's got nothing to do with the embassy because we haven't heard anything about it. No, Jacob, here we go. Thank goodness you're on this channel, right? Thank goodness you're on this channel. Here you get the real deal. Contact your beneficiary and make sure your beneficiary knows he has got to get a certificate, a CENAR, I think it's called a CENAR certificate. It's a 4-hour class, which he has to take in order for him to leave the Philippines. Okay, then he brings that certificate to the embassy interview. You don't email the embassy. They don't have time to tell you how to do this. You need to know how to do this. But you're on the channel, and I'm telling you, go ahead and investigate that class that he has to take. CENAR, I think it's called a CENAR. He'll know what it is. Ellis Melis Ghana. Hello, good evening, sir. Please have you gotten your case number? Not yet. We're been, I don't know, we're in the 80 days. We've been waiting about 80. I don't count days. To me, that's kind of crazy. But we're at about 80 something days. So another week or two, we should hear from the National Visa Center. Probably in September. Let's see. LSV TV, it is called CR134. What is what called CR134? No. The Declaration of Financial Support? No, that's USCIS form. USCIS form I-134. Hail Mariam Elizabeth, I already scheduled my interview, but I want to change today. Is that okay? Depends on which country. If you're in the Philippines, they don't take kindly if you keep changing interview days. Okay? They don't like that. In the Philippines, they don't like that. If you change the day, if you keep changing the days, they'll make you wait 4 or 5 months for another interview on the third time that you change it. Which country? Hail Mariam. But here's what I would do. If you have an interview date scheduled, keep it. Don't change it. Get this thing over with. Get it done. Whatever it is that is more pressing than this needs to be in the second place. The visa interview needs to be in first place. Get that interview done. Don't change today. Okay? Manpreet Singh. Hi, Diego. Got everything done? Okay, that's great. Waiting for the embassy to open appointments from the last few weeks, but no appointments. What should I do? Keep trying. Keep going back on the travel docs in the SIAC and see what you can find. See if there's an opening. You got to keep going back and looking every day. Keep looking. Maciel Martinez. Hello, Diego. Good evening. I'm getting a little desperate. I got my NOA 2 May 24th. When do you predict I'll get my welcome letter? Okay, well, May 24th. So by the end of this month, first week of September, you should get your NVC welcome letter. Couple of weeks, another week, 2 weeks. Hang in there. Angel Tate, everyone, please like and share the live so others can see. Yeah, if I never ask you to like, I never ever ask you to like or subscribe to this channel. This is your channel, guys. I know how to do a K1 visa. My job is to help you get through it if you don't know how. Okay? But if you do the like thing, it helps it helps other people find the video somehow. The computer does a magic thing and helps find other people to find it. If you like the videos, if you like the channel. James McLean, how beneficiary, he lives in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, Lagos, Nigeria are getting a little backlogged right now with visa interviews. It's a bit of a wait time there. Okay, for James, a little bit of a wait time for Lagos. Joe Atala, hello, Diego, and everyone. Say hello to Joe, everybody. Adam, hey, my fiance is filling out her I-134, but she doesn't meet the minimum requirements. But her dad wants to sponsor as well, and he reaches the requirement. How do we continue? Adam, this is easy. Okay, your sponsor, your American citizen sponsor, will fill out the I-134. Doesn't meet the income requirements. Okay, no problem. It's okay. But she needs to fill out the I-134. Then you said that her dad is a joint sponsor. Well, guess what? He has to fill out an I-134 also. So your sponsor, your American citizen sponsor, fills out the I-134. Her dad fills out exactly the I-134 with his income on it, which meets the requirements. Then you're going to need your sponsor's tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, a letter from her employer saying how much money she makes, bank statements. Plus, her dad, he will need to provide his tax returns, W-2s, 1099s, pay stubs, bank statements, and a letter from his employer. So you're going to have 2 files, Adam, for your joint sponsor, for your visa, for your K1 visa. Okay, listen up. Your sponsor, she's going to have her file of her financial documents, and her dad, she's going to make a file of his financial documents. So you're going to have 2 files, 2 I-134s, 2 tax returns, 2 1099s, 2 W-2s, 2 pay stubs, bank statements, etc. And I recommend getting 3 years worth of bank statements and tax transcripts just in case the embassy asks for it. Okay, Adam, it's no big deal. No problem. It just means more paperwork. All right? Punit Kaur, Manpreet, how long was it from your approval to your welcome letter? So that's a question for Manpreet. Punit Kaur, I'm in the same situation. Faith A is talking to, hello, Mariam Elizabeth. Are you doing your process from Ethiopia? I am trying to get an appointment date, but no available at this time. Faith A, keep trying, okay? You're going to get your visa. You've made it this far, okay? Just keep plugging ahead. Keep every day. Keep trying, keep trying. Claudia Razniak, the package we submitted with the form I-130, pictures and everything. Do we get that back? No, it's gone. Do I bring more proof of relationship to the interview? Yes, you do. Photos, pictures, boarding passes, hotel receipts, everything you got. But you submitted a package form I-130. Are you in a spousal visa? Sounds like sounds like you're married already and you're going through an IR1 visa, spousal visa. James Wan, I wouldn't change dates of the interview unless you already had to. That's right. Don't do it. We're getting close to the holidays and some consulates will be fully booked up on interviews. For months, take what you can get. Listen to James. If you have a visa interview scheduled at the embassy or the consulate, make sure you go to that interview. Okay? Don't change it. Whatever it is that's more important than that visa interview, okay, isn't that important. It needs to be part 2. Number 2. The visa interview needs to be number 1. And Manpreet says, hello, Puneet. Okay, Manpreet Singh, approval from USCIS was April 13th, and MVC approval after 110 days. Now, if you watch the videos I make about the National Visa Center, I say in those videos it takes between 90 and 110 days to get your MVC welcome letter. Denise Jefferson is in the house. Hi, Diego. What is meant by a letter from the employer? Isn't all of the other things you mentioned enough? W-2, 1040, transcript, etc. Again, is that letter from the employer just a suggestion? I strongly recommend, Denise, I strongly recommend a letter from the employer. Okay, like I work for a broker in Virginia. Okay, so he emailed me a little letter saying that I work for him as a real estate agent. You know, it adds to the strength of the financial package. Okay, you don't want to have any doubt in the mind of that immigration officer at the visa interview. Okay, that you, Denise, cannot support your beneficiary, or I, Diego, cannot support Karina. There's got to be no doubt. So what I recommend you guys do is include a letter from your boss. If you're self-employed, then you are the boss of yourself. Okay, so it's not required, right? But if you work for somebody, I recommend getting a letter from that person who you work for saying that, Diego is a real estate agent. He's been working with me since July of 2022. He sells houses and closes deals on businesses. Something like that. Include it in the package with the 1040s, the W-2s, the pay stubs. Okay. When I submitted my first K-1 visa back in 2016, I included a letter from my boss when I worked for Mercedes-Benz. Okay, I used to work for Mercedes-Benz. My boss wrote me a letter saying that I work for Mercedes-Benz. This is how much money I make a year. This is and it was on business letterhead. Okay, this is evidence and proof that you have a job. Okay, it helps you. It helps. Jeff Mantok. Whew, look at you. High five. Thank you for that super chat, Jeff. That is very kind of you and very much appreciated. And I thank you for that. Denise, do you understand what I'm saying? Denise, it's easy to do, right? Doesn't take long. Get the boss, write a letter. Diego is a real estate agent. He works for me. I'm a broker in Virginia. Boom, he sells houses. or whatever. You could be a whatever you do. I'm a bank executive, and I work for this bank, and he's been working here for 20 years, or whatever you want. Claudia, sorry, I'm in I-129F. Jacob said, so we figured out the class can be done in person or online. There you go. But you didn't know about the class, right? Now you know. I saved you again. I'm kidding. Fazak, green card application. Text too long to send as one. Green card application. Text too long to send as one. What does that mean? Enlighten me, Fazak, so I can help you. Claudia, sorry, I'm in I-129F. Okay. Sasha Lee, hi Diego, I still didn't receive my NOA2 letter in the mail. It's 20 days after approval. I sent inquiries, but they said 30 days for response. Okay, so you send an inquiry for the NOA2 letter. They know now that you're looking for it. Okay? They know you're looking for it. And if you don't get it by another week, ask for a new one. Denise Jefferson, so the letter can be very generic. Does it have to be made to the embassy? No. To whom it may concern. On letterhead of the business. Okay? So I work for a real estate company in Bogota, in Virginia. So it was on his letterhead, okay, from his brokerage. Diego's a real estate agent, works for me, sells houses. Right now, he's been in Colombia for almost, for 10 months in 2022, waiting for this visa. So he didn't sell any houses in 2022. He wrote a little explanation. It's easy, just a little paragraph. How much you make, where you work, and who's and on letterhead. Christopher Brown. So the letter from your employer can be your employment contract. Well, if your employment contract shows how much you make and when you started working there, and it's on letterhead, you can use it. Adam, just another question. What if my fiance can't get a tax return or a W-2, for example? Would her dad's documents suffice, or must you have every document from my fiance as well? Every document, Adam. Your fiance has to produce her W-2s or 1099s and tax returns, okay? And tax transcripts. It's easier to get a tax transcript. She needs to get them from the IRS, irs.gov. Go to irs.gov and get those forms. Got to include it. Even though the income isn't sufficient for a K-1 visa, that's okay. The dad's good, right? But you got to show that she paid her taxes or filed her taxes. In America, you got to file your taxes. If you don't, you go to jail. Excuse me. John Labatt, Diego, hello everyone and everyone. The Philippines has a law saying a child born out of wedlock from 2007, they need to change their middle name before a passport is issued, and may take 5 to 7 months. Do we fill out? What the heck is that law? The Philippines has a law saying a child born out of wedlock from 2007 has to change their middle name. Don't you mean their last name? What's their middle name got to do with anything? This their last name probably, right? I've never heard of it. No idea. Vanessa Robles. Hi, Diego. Got my NOA2 on June 2nd, and my K1 FTP was sitting in my spam mailbox since August 15th. Holy macaroni. I'm glad I told you to check the spam mailbox on the last live stream, right? I just found out 3 days ago. You should check your spam. You may have gotten yours as well. Now, I check my spam email every day, Vanessa, but thanks for the input. I check my spam every day. I'm checking. But I'm not sending in inquiries. Jeff Mantock, the Nata Diego, we learned so much from this channel. Hey, that's great. You're welcome too. John Labatt, the I-134, when we get ready status, even if I have no passport. If you don't have a passport, if your beneficiary doesn't have a passport, your beneficiary isn't going to be flying anywhere because they put the K-1 visa in the passport. So, John, you better get your beneficiary off her tail and get her a passport. Now, John, if you don't have a passport, that's okay. You just can't go to pick her up and bring her home. But your beneficiary better have a passport. Janice 25, I recently found out that my fiance of 3 years has been cheating. And when I was visiting him, he had hit me 3 times, but I overlooked it. I think I've had enough, and my family is right about him. Well, you need to make a decision about this guy. Make a decision. I don't want you coming here getting hurt. Fazak, scroll back, original question. Vanessa Robles, now that I have the K1 FTP, which has the case number, we'll be receiving another letter with the invoice. You'll get it from the embassy in a packet 4. The embassy will send you the invoice number if they require an invoice number. They may not require one. I would go ahead and go into the SEAC and see what you can do and start this ball rolling. Janice 25, maybe his intentions were solely a visa. My question is, how do I withdraw my case if we've already received the welcome letter? You send an inquiry to the National Visa Center and tell them that you want to withdraw your case. You need to identify yourself from the receipt number on your NOA2 letter and the case number from your welcome letter. Put your beneficiary's date of birth in there and say you're done. You're canceling the visa, okay? And then the case is closed. And then print that. Fazak, after Margaret signs and before Denise Jefferson. Fazak, repeat the question. I cannot go back up through the stream, my friend. John Labatt, passport is generated after his birth certificate is changed. I gotcha. Kind of confusing, but thanks for your input. I gotcha. Okay. So you got to change. I understand now. Mepedano K. Awake. Letter of intent to marry. Does it have to be originally signed letter or signed and scanned? Original letter, signed, not scanned. A scanned letter of intent to get married letter is not a legitimate legal document. It's got to be in black ink, signed. And it's same with the I-134. Tuan Benson, you can create an account with IRS and you can get your tax transcripts at no cost. You can do that. You can also call the IRS on their 800 number and ask for the tax transcript. And I'll look up the number. Janice, I ignored the red flags. People, please be careful and make sure you investigate before you go through this process. There are some selfish people out there. Janice, be careful, okay? Get out of that. Withdraw. If you need to withdraw, if he's been hitting on you, punching you, you need to withdraw that case. Okay? Don't bring him to this country. Dahlia A. Hi, Diego. Hope you're doing well. We received our NOA2 on July 12th after RFE. Sorry about the RFE. We are still waiting on the NVC welcome letter. So you submitted an inquiry for the status of our case in NVC on Wednesday. Okay. Just wait for the response. Takes about a week. Janice, I'm deeply hurt and broken. Really thought he loved me, but he was just using me. Janice 25. There are lots of good guys out there, okay? Really good people. Don't withdraw your case, terminate it, okay, and find somebody else, okay? Don't give up. Okay. Look what happened to me. I'm in my second K1 visa. Man, I went through the K1 visa, then I went through the spouse visa, and then I had to pull all the knives out of my back, all right? Been there, done that. Don't be a victim, be a victor. Don't be a victim, Janice. Be a victor. Get rid of this guy and find a new person that really wants to be with you and not use you for a green card. Okay? You can do it. John Labatt. Middle name is generated on the birth certificate of the parent. She has this is about her son. Sorry, I had to break up the message. No, it's okay. I learned something new today too. The Philippines has this rule that says you got to lose a middle name if your child is born out of wedlock. I mean, what's up? Seriously, the kid gets punished for what? Being born? Yeah, I don't know. The governments create more problems than they solve, right? Janice, I had 2 jobs to be able to sponsor him and would sleep only 4 hours. I remember you saying that back a while back. You said that you were working 2 jobs to keep the income above what you needed it to be. Okay. But what I would recommend you do is find a new guy. Get rid of this guy. Okay. To flush him down the banyo. Clean him out of your head. Okay. And get back to looking for somebody new. There's lots of good people out there. Okay. There's lots of good people. Trust me. Jason, on my employment letter, my boss rounded up my salary. Should I write the same amount on the I-134 or the exact salary I make? You write on your I-134 what it shows on your tax return for last year. Whatever your total income is on your tax return, that's what goes on the I-134, okay? And then the immigration will see the letter from your boss, and they will figure it out. He rounded it up. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I know that I need to send my beneficiary I-134 and an updated letter of intent with an original signature. Can you remind me what else is required directly from me as the package is expensive? Yeah, your tax returns, tax transcripts, W-2s, 1099s, I-134, letter of intent to get married. Let me see it. The biographic page of your passport to show your U.S. citizenship. You got to prove U.S. citizenship. Biographic page of your passport, signature photo page, an expiration date on your U.S. passport. Let me think here. That's it. Because then your beneficiary has to get police certificates, birth certificates, etc. Okay, and the photos. If you have any photos of each other together, include those. So Denise, all you need is the I-134, letter of intent to get married, a biographic page of your passport, okay, to show U.S. citizenship, and include your birth certificate too if you want to. James Wan, how many photos of our relationship should we bring to the interview? As many as you can fit in your bag. I got a photo album like this big. That's going to the visa interview. Now, the immigration officer is not going to probably look at all of them, but they're going to the visa interview. As much as you can bring. Fazak, beneficiary and 20-year-old daughter get K-1 visa approval, but daughter turns 21 before the change of status, green card. Will that disqualify the daughter? If you applied before she was 21, you're good. Okay? So where are you at in the process right now? Because that's the K2. Okay, if you got your NOA2 letter already, then you're fine. And then when you get to the United States, you apply for the green card. It's not going to affect anything because you applied before she timed out. But get that done. Find out I need to know where you are at in the process. Mapendano K Awake. The supporting letters from family and friends, do they have to be original signed and not scanned? They can be scanned and copied. Denise Jefferson, guys, high five. Denise says right here, thank you for that super chat, Denise. Thank you. Denise says right here, thank you for all your help every week. Diego and Karina, waiting to hear you say that you've received your welcome letter. Denise, you guys will be the first to know, right? And you watch my attitude about this whole thing. Patience. I'm right, kicking back. I'm relaxed. I'm in the same boat, rowing down the Rio, waiting just like you guys. But I don't get excited about it. I don't get nervous. I don't stress it because I know it's going to be here soon. It's going to be here. And me worrying about it and stressing about it and getting angry at immigration because they're slow isn't going to speed it up. Dahlia, also the lawyers have asked me to submit my W-2, income tax, and EVL to them. I submitted my W-2 from my previous job, resigned in January 2023, and my 2022 taxes and the EVL from a current employer. Okay, now here's the thing, Dahlia. Your W-2 forms have to be added up and equal what's on your 2022 tax return. So you don't need your 2023 W-2 or whatever it is I gave you. Okay? Your W-2s and 1099s have to, you get the W-2s, you add up the total income, that has to be exactly the same as what's on your 1040. Okay? That's what immigration is going to check. That's all you need. GS, hi Diego. It's GS. How are you? Doing good, GS. Why does the DS-160 form online ask for all email addresses of the beneficiary from the last 5 years? Can the feds access all emails? Yes, GS. They are doing a security check. They are going to do a data dump of all the emails and see if any emails have been sent to any nefarious people. Okay? And they do that particularly from people. Now, you're in England, right? Aren't you in the United Kingdom? So I don't know why they're asking for that. But for the DS-160, they're going to check out your emails. Okay? Karina has a Gmail account. Now she's going to have. They're going to have to do the same thing. They're going to do a data dump on her Gmail account. They're not going to read the emails, but they're going to see where the emails went. Who has Karina been emailing for the last 5 years? Well, for the last 3 years, me. Okay, and 2 years before that, her mom. So they will see where the emails are going to. They're not going to read the content. They're just going to see who's writing who where. Okay, it's a security check. Let's see. John Labatt, grandmother, it's crazy, but we will pay for his I-134 even if his passport is not issued yet. It's a messed up law. Yeah, that's crazy. Hedrex Sodiero to Janice, leave him. God will get you someone. Don't give up. I'm praying for you. Hedrex, perfect. Help Janice through this, okay? Janice is feeling bad. Okay, the guy turned out to be a bad person. All right, we need to pray for him for being a bad person, and we need to pray for Janice to help her find a good person. Janice, you can find a good person. Okay, you can do it. I promise you. I went through a bad experience in the past. It was horrible. All right, cost me a lot of money too, but I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. Now I got Karina, the beautiful Karina, my prometida. She's going to be my wife for eternity. God is good to me. He'll be good to you. You just got to learn a lesson from it. But you learned how to do the K-1 visa, right? You learned a lesson, and you saved yourself before he got to the United States. If he got to the United States, it would have been a horrible experience for you legally, because you'd be responsible for him financially, even though he's not good. You would be stuck with the bill. Even if you divorced him when he gets here, you get stuck with the bill. He could sue you for income. You were saved from this nightmare. Be glad for that before he got here. Okay? Dahlia, waiting on lawyers to let me know if what I submitted is sufficient. Your lawyers are what do you mean sufficient? Also, what happens if our I-129F expires before my fiance has his interview? Well, it doesn't expire. I believe it expires November 13th, 2023. No, if you've submitted your K-1 visa, that form is good. When I submitted the K-1 visa for Karina back in April of 2022, I included the I-134, Declaration of Financial Support. Okay, I included the old version. I wanted immigration to see how much money I made. Even though it's not required, I wanted them to see. So there was no doubt that I got my visa approved. Okay? They approved it, but now that form is expired. Now they got a new form. And then that form's going to expire soon too, probably. But right now it's still good. So keep using that form. But I don't know what your lawyers are talking about. So you're good, okay? Adam, when my fiance and her father finishes the I-134, how do they process it? And how do I get a hold of it? Also, do I need originals? Okay, Adam, here's the deal. Okay? You're the beneficiary. Which country are you in? Where do you live? Which country? No, you don't need to tell me what city, but which country? Your sponsor is going to fill out the I-134. Her dad is going to fill out his I-134. They're both going to provide tax returns, tax transcripts, etc. The original forms will be signed by her dad and by her, your sponsor. Those forms will be put in two separate files and then put together. She can do one of two things. She can get on a plane and bring it to you in person, okay? Or she can mail it to you by courier. And I recommend if she couriers it, use DHL, because U.S. Immigration use DHL. So DHL are very familiar with going to foreign countries. They got a contract with the government, our U.S. government. So the question is, how do they process it? They type it on a computer, Whatever doesn't fit on the computer, you can handwrite with a black ink pen. They sign it in black ink, date it, okay, go over it, make sure there's no errors, and then they sign it, and get the letters and put that in a courier service and send it to you through DHL or FedEx. Which country are you in? Do you get FedEx in your country? I can send a FedEx to Karina in Bogota. Very easy. But I use DHL when it goes from the USA to Colombia. When I was in Colombia, I used FedEx to send information from Colombia to here. Dahlia, also, can I ask our lawyers to send the same packet they submitted to USCIS for the I-129F approval to my fiance in his country, so we can bring that to the interview and just add our latest photos? Yeah, Dahlia. Okay, I don't know who your attorney is running this show for you, but when you put a K-1 visa package together with the I-129F and all the stuff that you put in that K-1 visa package, make sure you make 2 copies of it. Okay, two complete copies of everything. One for you to give to your beneficiary, and one to keep at your house in case immigration loses the one you submit. So you got 3 copies. You're going to have 2 copies. You're going to have the original K-1 visa package. You send it, your attorney will send it to the Dallas lockbox in Louisville, Texas. You're going to have 2 copies at your house, one of which you're going to send to your beneficiary in the country where the person lives. And then you're going to have a copy at your house. So that way, if immigration lose the original K-1 visa submission, you got a complete copy at the house. You can resend it. But if they lose it, let's suppose USCIS loses it, and you don't get a response, and immigration says, "I'm sorry, we lost your package. We don't know where it is." Okay, right? So you got a backup copy at your house. Make a copy of the backup copy, and then resubmit, and then you still have a copy at your house. Always protect yourself. Okay, so get 2 copies before you submit it to the Dallas lockbox. One for you, one for your beneficiary, and the original goes with your attorney, who mails it to Louisville. Okay, you got it? Elsa, I made a mistake when I fill out the DS-160 and can submit change. Can I submit a change? You can redo the DS-160. Just redo it. Alex Mo, hey Diego, thanks for all the support in these times. We are all grateful. And I would love another updated video of Dominican Republic. I hear things are really going fast over there. Yeah, Alex, the Dominican Republic are processing K-1 visas pretty quick. There's no backlog there, which is good news, right? And Denise Jefferson, thank you for that super chat. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated, okay? Now, let me see. I can try to keep up with all these questions, guys. So if you made a mistake, Elsa, redo this DS-160. Okay? Fazak, apply. Okay, you applied into April of 2023, 1 year today after you. Okay, gotcha. Daughter will be 21 October 2024. Figure embassy interview 1 year away. She hopefully gets K-1 visa, but will turn 21 shortly after marriage to mother. So if she's in the United States of America, okay, you want to make sure you want to get that K-1 visa, the adjustment of status done before she turns 21. Okay, so the daughter will be 21 October 2024. Okay, that's a long way away. Figure the embassy interview 1 year away. She hopefully gets the K-1 visa, but will turn 21 shortly after marriage to mother. Okay, so you guys are in the United States. Adjust the status. And if she turns 21, okay, no big deal. You just wait for a green card. You're good to go. Thanks, Diego. GS. Thanks, Diego. In England. I know you're in England, GS. Dahlia, how do they know what emails the data check on and where in the process is this done? That sounds like the DS160. Jason Mabry, hey Diego, what month of K1s is USCIS working on now? Who knows, Jason? I would say September. They're working on September, and whatever they haven't done since they got still some people out there from November of 2021. That's too long. I told somebody emailed me, and I told them just to sue USCIS to adjudicate their case. I said file a lawsuit against them. November 2021. That's way too long to wait. That's crazy. They should have already been heard from immigration by now. So if immigration gets a lawsuit within a couple of days, they'll get their NOA2 letter. Trust me. So Jason, to answer your question, they're reviewing September right now, back from September of 2022. Now we're talking about Savvy Me. Hey Diego, I asked you that already yesterday on how to withdraw my case, but was approved back in July. Why embassy in Colombia and not MVC Center, since they've not created a case for me yet? Here's what you want to do, Savvy Me. You want to send an email to the embassy and cancel and withdraw your visa. You want to send an email inquiry to the MVC and withdraw your visa. That way, if the MVC sent it to the embassy, you got that base covered. Okay? You don't know what the MVC's done with your case. It could be in Bogota right now. You don't know. And the MVC hasn't told you. All you know is that the MVC was the last person to touch it. So you send an email to the embassy, withdraw your case. In the email, you give the case number, the beneficiary's date of birth, passport number. If you got her passport number, include that. And then when it gets to the embassy, they'll cancel it. Okay? Print the emails. Now, the embassy in Bogota may send you an email that says, we don't have a record of your case at the embassy. It's at the MVC. So then send an inquiry also to the MVC to withdraw your case. Cover both areas. You don't have to just do it to the embassy, but the embassy's the final stop. They're the final stop. Once it gets to the embassy, let's suppose the MVC sends it to the embassy in Bogota. They get it. They're going to have the email on file that you withdrew the case. It's already going to be sitting in their computer. And then it will be canceled. So, and also after 1 year, Savvy Me, after 1 year, if you do not make contact with the National Visa Center, the visa is automatically terminated. They will send you an email that says 1 year has passed. We have received no communication from you regarding this email, regarding this visa request. Your visa has been terminated. So you're good. Okay? You're good. It's going to be if you don't respond to emails, if you don't contact the MVC for a year, plus send an inquiry to the MVC to withdraw the case, send an email to the embassy and withdraw the case. But you got to identify your beneficiary so they know who she is. Passport number, name, date of birth, all that kind of stuff, okay? And it's done. I've been through that. I went through it on a spousal visa, okay? I emailed the embassy, hey, she doesn't want to come to the United States. She wants to stay in her home country with her mama. Boom, it was done. And then when I filed my K1 visa for Karina, I included my NOA2 letter, okay, from the visa I applied for back in 2016, okay? Immigration saw the route, they saw the case number, they saw the receipt number, they put it in their computer, and they cleaned it out. Because I got another letter from the State Department saying that visa from 2016 is being terminated. So they had a copy of the NOA2 letter, right, from 2016. I included it in my K1 visa for Karina. I said, this was my first K1 visa. It didn't work out. She wanted to live in her home country with her family. She missed her friends, her brother, blah, 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 okay? Cry in the river, Immigration got it in California. They saw the NOA2 letter from 2016. They punched the receipt number in their computer database. My name popped up, showing that I was once married to a foreign national. And then About 3 days after I submitted my K1 visa package, I got a letter from the State Department saying the visa's been terminated. It's already been washed out of the system. I got the letter right here. I'm like, great. You know, it's easy. But you can only apply for 2 K1 visas. So if you go for your second one, if you go through this again like I am, you can only do it twice. On my second NOA2 letter, there's a little blurb in there that says I'm now considered a multiple filer. So immigration has built a record of me, Diego. They have a record of me saying this is my second K1 visa. They notified me in the NOA2 letter calling me a multiple filer, which basically says there's no more chances for me. Okay? GS, I'm nervous about emails because I've been on many historical dating sites. They're not going to look at the dating sites. They don't care about dating sites. Immigration couldn't care less. They're just going to look at who you were emailing. What's the name of the person? Did you email anybody in Tehran or anywhere like that? In Pyeongtaek, North Korea? Havana, Cuba? Do you have friends in Havana, Cuba? In the communist government of Cuba? Do you have friends in the communist government of Venezuela? Are you emailing Venezuelan persons who are with ties to Maduro? Probably not, right? You're in England, so you're good. Don't worry about it. They do it to everybody, okay? Including myself. And Karina, too. And Karina's from Venezuela. John Labatt, we want to bring him to the interview in Manila. Our NOA2 should be in September 2023. Can we explain why he has no visa? What? We want to bring him to the interview in Manila on our NOA2. Should be in September. Can we explain why he has no visa? Why wouldn't he have a visa? What, he's on a K2? John, I don't understand that part of it. Savvy me, they have not created a case or sent my case to the embassy in Colombia. So I don't understand why I need to contact them instead of MVC. Savvy me, I just explained it all to you. Email the embassy, withdraw the case. Email the MVC, withdraw the case. And you're done. And in 1 year from today, or in 1 year from when the MVC received your case, it will be automatically canceled, like it never happened. Well, it happened, but it won't affect you, okay? But you will be given a second chance at a K1 visa. Immigration, don't mess around. After 1 year, they're going to automatically cancel it, okay? But you need to be proactive. Send an email to the embassy, send an inquiry to the MVC, withdraw the case, identify the beneficiary, print the emails, and you're done. Put it in your file. Put the emails in your K1 visa file for the future with the NOA2 letter from your beneficiary. Keep that. Keep the NOA1 letter. Keep whatever MVC information you got. So then you can use that for your second K1 visa if you decide to go through this nightmare again. Just like I did. And it's fun. Jeff, I hope my previous and second question makes sense. Yeah, Savvy, relax, man. Savvy, just wash it. Email, withdraw, email, boy, chow, done. 1 year from now, it's over. Jeff, they are processing applications from the middle of September 2022. Yeah, that's right, September 2022. Alex Mo, Fazak, I think you can request to get it expedited. Okay, that would be a good reason for an expedite. That's a good point. Delia, thank you, Diego. God bless you and your family. Also to you, Dahilia. Fazak, I understand the process now. Thank you. But we are at mercy of time frame. That's true. If same time frame as your case, date will be real tight. Hope process goes faster. But if she is in USA, we will be married in charge ASAP. As soon as you get married, Fazak, you get that adjustment of status paperwork done and gone. Okay? Stick around on the channel, hang out with us, and we'll get you through it. I'll help you through it. Alex Mo, yeah, I learned not to worry anymore before NOA 2. It said on USCIS that I had to wait 16 months and got the NOA 2 in 12 months. There you go. Don't sweat this process. Relax, guys. And Fazak, you're going to be fine. Everything's good. You're going to be fine. Jason Mabry, do they read the WhatsApp chats or just concerned about daily contact? They'll scan over the WhatsApp chats. Yeah, they'll read them. So don't include any WhatsApp chats that are private. Just general conversation. You know, I had a good day. How was your day? The weather's good. Had a good day at work. Blah, blah, blah. Savvy me, thank you so much, but I want to file for someone else someday. Okay, so I will do the inquiry. There you go. You are the best. Savvy, I've been through it. I went through a K1, and then I had to cancel out a spousal visa. Okay, I've been through it. What you're going through, I've been through. Okay, just like you, she wants to stay with her family. Colombians are very family oriented. Okay, they're very family oriented. Latinos, Latinas, they're family. Excuse me. They're family oriented. I got orange juice today, guys. I'm coughing. I'm coughing up a furbo from our cat in Colombia. Hang on a second. Savvy me. Send an email, inquiry, MVC, withdraw your case. Send an email to the embassy, withdraw your case. Print the emails so you got proof that you contacted immigration. Keep the NOA 1 and the NOA 2 letters, okay? Keep whatever it is you get from the MVC. Put it in a file. When you apply for a second K1 visa in the future, you find somebody else that doesn't have a problem with leaving her home country, okay? Then include that information in your second K1 visa to make it easy peasy for immigration to find your case and to wash it out and then process your second K1 visa. That's what I did. I gave them all the evidence from my first K1 visa, the NOA 1, the NOA 2, the welcome letter. I even had the case number and the invoice number and all that. And then right after they received my K1 visa package for Karina, I got a letter a few days later from the State Department saying your first K1 visa has been totally wiped out of the system and it's been totally canceled. I'm like, well, thank you very much. Okay, you got it? James 1, look at you. Super chat from James. Milk money for my cough. Stay healthy, Diego. Thank you, James. I'm going to stay healthy. Okay, I'm a healthy person. I was in the Navy for 20 years. Okay, and I had to run every day, and I was in the gym every day, working out. I'm in good shape. But I had a bit of a cough going. Thank you for that super chat, James. Now let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, and this computer won't let me page up. There's a question here. Why is it important to let the embassy know? Is there a requirement to withdraw the official paperwork? It's a courtesy. It's called courtesy. You are showing respect to the immigration process. You are telling them this didn't work out. Don't let them cancel it for you. You cancel it, and be polite and explain the situation. Makes it a lot easier for you in the future. Savvy, but I'm already seeing someone else, and will more likely apply for her. Not do it. Denise Jefferson, hold on a second, guys. I got to get Denise here. Denise, this computer is paging up, and I'm missing the question here. I don't want to miss your questions. Let's see what we got here. Dahlia, I already answered that one. Paging down. I'll tell you, I'm not a computer genius like some of you guys. And let me see here. Denise, what about fights in the chat? Does that come across as authentic or is that risky? Don't include any chats that you're arguing with each other, Denise. Don't do that. Don't include that. Only nice general conversation. Immigration care about, are you guys in a real relationship and are you communicating with each other? Right? Don't put in there anything about my like I made the mistake of including chats from WhatsApp calling Karina my wife. She's not my wife. She's my fiance. I was really lucky I didn't get an RFE from immigration asking me to verify why was I calling Karina my wife in the WhatsApp chats. I was really lucky I didn't get hit with that because that's a big no-no. And I should know better than that. But I included them in my K1 visa package. Don't include chats where you're fighting, arguing. Don't include any chats that where you call your fiance, your wife or husband. Even though you treat, that's how you feel about each other. Let's see. Zahid Raquel. Hi, Diego. Good evening. What's going on, Zahid? And Jedediah Edmund waiting for my welcome letter. So are we. Jason Mabry, in our I-129F, I didn't include names of her family in the photos. Will that be a reason for an RFE? Could be. You could. You have to identify who is in the pictures. When you send pictures to immigration, you put where the picture was taken, who's in the picture, and the date the picture was taken, right? Immigration want to be able to confirm that you know the people, that you were together face-to-face within 2 years, and where was it at? When I sent pictures I sent like 50 pictures over a year after living with Karina for 5 months, but not just pictures of Karina with me. The selfie. Immigration couldn't care less about selfies. They want to see you in pictures with the family. I had on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2022, the entire family from Venezuela who lives in basically Bogota, Colombia, except for her mom and that's about it, and her dad. We all had a meet up at the park in Bogota, Pena Park, Pena Park. Yeah, there's like 40 people, and I was like a little tiny sliver in that picture, and I had to get the name of every single person in that photograph, right? And I put January 1st, 2022, La Pena Park, Bogota, Colombia, and I listed everybody. I listed all 47 names and who they were. Karina, Diego, baby Paula, Adriana, Mikhail, Edri, Yosel, listed everybody's name. You got to do it. Immigration might ask you to identify the names of the people in your pictures, Jason. So don't be surprised if you get an RFE. If you don't get an RFE, you consider yourself lucky. But when you go to the visa interview at the embassy, make sure you don't make that mistake. Alex Mo, I hear military can expedite cases for their soldiers. Is that true? That's true. Adam, will my fiance's income and her father's income be combined? No, they will not. You cannot combine the income. You got to, the dad's income has to be sufficient on its own. You can't commingle. Okay? So the dad has to be 125%. Here's my opinion on this. Even though it says 100% for the embassy interview, be at 125% plus. Okay? The dad has to cover this. If your sponsor doesn't make the money, that's okay. But the dad is going to step in as the joint sponsor. He has to cover him, whoever's in his family, plus the sponsor, your fiance. But you can't commingle. Can't do it. Let's see. Faris Hassan. Hey, Diego, are they working on September? Yes. My NOA 1 is September 22nd. You should hear probably the end of September, beginning of October, Ferris. Adam, also, is it true that you don't need vaccinations before K1 visa interview as you can get them in the US? I'm from the United Kingdom. That's true. When I brought my first fiance to the United States on a K1 in 2016, she didn't have her vaccination, so we got them all done in the United States. This was before COVID. You got to have a COVID. There's no getting around that one. So I got them all done here. Cost me $1,000. Okay. With Karina, she's just completed all of her vaccinations in Bogota. It cost me $400. So I'm saving $600 getting them done in Colombia instead of bringing her here and getting them done down here at the healthcare center, whatever it is. It's much cheaper to get it done in your home country. So my recommendation is get all the vaccinations done in your home country because it's cost effective. And then you don't have to worry about it when they come to America. So when they get to America, you can focus on the wedding and the wedding plans and the reception and a little honeymoon, couple of days weekend somewhere, instead of looking for a pharmacy or a doctor to stick needles in your beneficiary's arm. What a welcome. Welcome to America. Oh, by the way, we need to give you 20 vaccinations. That's no good. I started Karina getting her vaccinations at the beginning of August. Okay, I think I sent her like $600. And I said, get your vaccinations done starting in August. Okay, very beginning. She's done. I think she's got one more booster shot to get. And that's not for COVID or anything like that, but it's just as a booster shot that the doc said she needs to get. So her vaccination card is all done. It's all filled up. So when she goes to the civil surgeon for her medical exam in Bogota, the civil surgeon is going to look at her vaccinations and say, okay, you're good. Boom. Or he might say, or she might say, Karina, you're missing one here. We missed one. Okay, doctor, get it done. Boom. And it's all done. She gets to the United States. We get married on Navarre Beach with Captain Bill, our wedding beneficiary. Then all I got to do is the paperwork for adjustment of status. I don't have to worry about the vaccinations. Been there, done that. I learned a lesson. Let's see. So get all the vaccinations done, Adam, in England if you can. Okay? Get them all done. Well, use your national health system. Don't you have the national health system in England? Isn't that like a free health care? Use your national health care system. Get all your vaccinations done. Doesn't cost you a penny, right? Headrex. Hey, Diego, do you need the welcome letter first before I can move on to the DS-160? You need the ready status, not so much the welcome letter. You need the ready status. You can't do anything without the ready status because that means the embassy's waiting for you to start the process. Alex Moe, is there any way to track what's been going on with your case before a welcome letter? Why you want to track it? You know what's going on with your case. It's on a shelf waiting for the welcome letter. It's either at USCIS or it's at the MVC. It's one of the two places. And it's in a holding pattern. Okay? So wait. Just wait. Easy. Come on, guys. Jeff, Alex, USCIS has an app, okay? Adam, or so they will supply the vaccinations, don't have at the medical exam. The civil surgeon in the U.S. Embassy, the civil surgeon that works for the U.S. Embassy in London, England, may tell you that you need to get your vaccinations before you leave England. The civil surgeon can make that decision. But in Colombia, you don't have to. In Colombia, Karina could have come to the United States, and I could have got them done here in Florida, but it would have cost me $1,000 plus. I got it all done in Bogota for $425. Adam, will my fiance's income and her father's income be combined? You can't combine, Adam. Let's see here. Denise Jefferson. Diego, I heard that the COVID shot is priced outrageous if available. Was Karina's COVID shot affordable? Also, do they test for COVID before giving the shot? Okay, well, we got all the COVID stuff done in Bogota, and it was paid for by the Colombian government. It was free. The president of Colombia, President Duque at the time, uh, I guess he got all these free COVID vaccinations from the United States, I think, is where they got them from. I think they were donated from the US, and it didn't cost her anything. And no, she wasn't tested for COVID before getting the shot. No, just got it done. Didn't cost her anything. But the other vaccinations are not free. The mumps, the rubella, the measles, the whatever she got, it cost me money. But the COVID was gratis, no problem, muy barato, very cheap, no cost. Jason, I will give my photo album with all our photos with the names and locations for the interview. Perfect. That is a good idea, Jason. Then you will be covered with the photos. Remember, immigration want to see who you're with, where was the picture taken, and what day and year. Okay? It's evidence that you were together in each other's presence within 2 years before you filed the K-1 visa. And the biggest mistake people make getting their visas denied is that they file their K-1 visa before they've met their beneficiary. This sponsor's been talking to this young lady, let's say in Singapore for 2 years. Excuse me. And they've got all this communication in WhatsApp for 2 years. They've been chatting back and forth. They got 1,000 messages printed, but they haven't met each other. So he files the K-1 visa and then jumps on a plane and goes to Singapore to meet with his beneficiary. He finds out later that his K-1 visa has been denied because he didn't meet her in person before he filed the visa. It's a common mistake people make. And the other mistake people make is they will have visited each other. Let's suppose you got a guy dating a girl from South Korea. They've met each other 3 times over the past, 2 years. And then what happened was COVID happened, right? So the world shut down. So this guy had three visits to see his beneficiary in South Korea over a 2.5-year period, I think it was. He had all the evidence stacked up like this with photographs and everything, boarding passes. But when COVID hit, he couldn't go back to South Korea. 2 years went by, and then he finally filed the visa and went to see her. His visa got denied because 2 years had passed when he filed the visa. You can't do that. Let me see here. And Adam, go ahead and get your vaccinations done in England, okay? Get them all done. Don't be scared. Only one hurts, I think. I think the tetanus gives you a sore arm. Get them done. Adam, I have all my COVID vaccines. Okay, that's good. Make sure you can prove it. Make sure you can prove it. You got to have your vaccination cards. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I heard that the COVID shot is priced outrageous. I read that. I mentioned that already. It's expensive, I guess. I don't know. In the United States, I don't know how much it is. I have no idea. But in Colombia, it was free. That was the only one that they would give away. The rest, no. Susie Goldemis. Hello, Diego. What's going on, Susie? Hedrex. So the welcome letter came first, and then came the ready status. Hedrex, what you got to do is go into the SEAC account. Forget the welcome letter right now. Go into the SEAC account and see where you are in the process. Look for the ready status. That's what you're looking for. Okay? Some people get welcome letters, some people don't. MVC, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those guys, but that's what's happening. Paya, India. Hi, Diego. Which police certificate do we require in India? Do you know? Because here there's district and local. You need, in India, like in Brazil. Same for Brazil. In India and in China. In communist China, it's the same way. You got to get it from the district that you live in, okay? That's where you get to get the police certificate from. Every district that you've lived in, is where you have to get a police certificate from. So like if you lived in communist China and you lived in 3 districts, you got to get 3 police certificates. Same is true in Brazil. In Brazil, if you lived in this location and this district, you got to get one for the whole country, plus you got to get one for the district. India is the same way. Paya. We finally got Inouye to August 24th. Very good. High five. Jason Mabry, my fiance just received a certificate to right of marriage, but did not have it at the time of our I-129F. Will that be an issue? No, it's no problem. I think our I-129 package is strong, but have more certificates now. No, you're good, Jason. You got it. Don't worry about it. Bring it to the embassy interview. You're good. Paya, when do you think we shall be scheduling an interview? As soon as you get the ready status. As soon as the U.S. consulate in Mumbai, India tells you you're ready to go, then that's when you can schedule the interview. And then you got to look for an open slot. Let's see here. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. John Labatt, Diego, my fiance, her son has no passport until his birth certificate is corrected. It takes 5 to 7 months. Out. Inouye 2 should be here in September. How do we take him to the interview in Manila? Okay. Take him to the interview. Explain the situation to the immigration officer. Okay. Explain what happened. The immigration officer will hold that visa for your stepson for a year. Okay. So when you go to the visa interview, if your son, explain what happened, waiting for the new passport to come in. When the new passport comes in, your son will have to go back to Manila and get the K2 visa put into the passport. Okay. Now remember, the K1 visa is good for 6 months from the date of the medical exam. So this may require a second trip back to the Philippines. Is it in the Philippines? To bring the child back to the United States. But it's not going to block the visa. It's just going to put a damper on it. It's just going to slow it down for him leaving the Philippines. The visa will get approved, okay? As long as you all qualify, the visa will be approved for him, but he's just going to have to wait till his passport comes in because of the correction to the name. As soon as the passport comes in, get him into the embassy and get the K2 visa put in the passport. He's not gonna lose his K2 visa. John, I still fill out the I-134 ready status in the Philippines. Yeah, fill out the I-134 for you and for any children. Susie Galdamez, what if my fiance doesn't want to get his vaccinations in Nigeria? Can he get them in the States? Sure, no problem. But Susie, remember this. When you apply for the green card, after you guys get married, if he doesn't get his vaccinations done, he will not get his green card. There's no exceptions. There's no waivers. Unless the civil surgeon sees a serious medical condition that would be a problem in getting the vaccination. And then the civil surgeon has to write a thesis on why he didn't get the vaccination, which will satisfy immigration. But at the green card levels, when you got to have the vaccinations, got to get them. It's easier to get them done in the home country. But if he wants to wait till he gets to us, the United States, no worries. It's just more stress on you, more work for you, more stuff that you have to do. Instead of process and adjustment of status, you got to find a doctor to give you a bunch of shots. John, thanks, no worries. Sandra M.D. Silva. Hi, do you know how long should we wait for an expedite after sending the I-129F? You submitted an expedite. Well, if it's a legitimate reason, if the expedite is a legitimate reason, you should hear within 2 weeks. If it's not a legitimate reason, or if immigration doesn't think it is, you'll get denied on the expedite. Susie Gadames, thanks for that information. No worries. Here to help you. That's why I'm here, to give you information, right? I've been there, done that. Most of the things that you asked me, I've already been through it, like on the vaccinations. Okay, on the first K1 visa, I got them done here in the USA. Cost me a fortune. It slowed down my adjustment of status for the green card significantly because I had to wait for timeouts on vaccinations. Right? So I learned from that. I asked Karina, I said, hey, where's your vaccination card? I don't know, can't find it. My mom has it. She's in Venezuela. She can't find it. Okay, well, guess what? We're going to go either a titler test or you're going to get revaccinated. So we went to she went to the Colcan company in Bogota and got a price on a titler test, $400 for a titler test. Okay. Then I asked her, well, how much is it going to cost for all your vaccinations? $400. Okay. So we went ahead and did all the vaccinations over. That way we know they're done. And the doctor signed off. Done, done, done. Once a week, she got 2 vaccinations. Done, 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 done. Now she just needs the booster. I don't know what it's for. It must be for mumps, I think, or something like that. But that's it. Hedrex, I did not get the welcome letter yet. Been 105 days. Can I start filling out the DS-160? Do you have ready status? If you have ready status, go into the travel docs, go into SEAC, go into travel docs, look for your country, where your beneficiary is, and start processing the DS-160. You can fill it out and save it. Okay? But don't submit it until you get the ready status. Thavi Sray POV, hi Diego. Chopper Harley here. I don't know if Chopper Harley's here. He could be. His fiance is in Cambodia. And Denise is talking to Susie. Are you at the interview stage? Heard that it is hard to get an interview in Lagos. It's tough from what I'm seeing. It's tough. Lagos, Nigeria is slow. And hopefully they speed up soon. But just keep trying. Got to keep trying, keep trying. Hopefully by 2024, everything will be back to pre-normal, I guess. But remember, immigration has thrown in a second security check on everybody's K1 visa. Chopper is saying he is here. Chopper's in the house. Premium Detail Pros, LLC. Should I get my girl pregnant so she can birth our child here in America? Within 3 months of being in America, since she can't work for a year. Should I get my girl pregnant so she can birth our child in America? Well, you can get her pregnant wherever you want. Okay? That's up to you. America or in her home country. Doesn't matter. The child is going to be a U.S. citizen either way. So it's up to you. Susie Galdamez, I did receive the welcome letter and waiting for the ready status. There you go. Now, Susie, if you got the welcome letter, you should have a case number. I would go into the SEAC account and see what you can do to get started on that. See what you can do. And Denise is thanking Susie for the update. Okay, guys, we went over a lot of stuff today, right? Vaccinations, DS-160, ready status, NVC, etc. And remember, if you are watching this channel and you have not filed your K1 visa yet, okay, the process is going to be a lot faster for you than it was for us. Nelson Goodin, the process shows love for sure. Almost there. Interview scheduled in Rio de Janeiro, end of October. High five, Nelson. Could have been a little sooner, but her son doesn't get out of school until December. There you go. Well, you gotta follow help the kid through the school too. And then Thevi says, hello, Chopper, how do you pay the visa in Cambodia? So Thevi wants to know, Chopper, how did you pay the visa fee for your beneficiary in Cambodia? Alex Moe, so after 90 days wait for welcome letter, you should email the MVC. Yeah, send an inquiry. Where is it at? Ask him. Alex Moe, thanks for everything, Diego. You're welcome. Now listen up, folks. I've been talking for almost an hour and a half. It's the weekend. It's a Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Go to church, go to your mosque, go do whatever you're gonna do. Relax, enjoy your weekend, okay? And I am going to be back here. What's today? Saturday, Monday night at 7 p.m. And I might throw in a live stream surprise between now and Monday. Let's see what's going on around here in Pace, Florida, okay, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. And Chopper Harley says to Thiese, you bring a form from the SEAC system, you pay $265 in cash. Woo, check it out. And the location is in Phnom Penh Tower. High five, Chopper Harley. You just helped somebody significantly understand this process. Thank you, Chopper Harley. Okay, guys, I will see you all very soon, if not sooner, but definitely on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Thanks for the super chats, everybody, and see you very soon.